Hello, I'm Emily, an operations consultant at Newton.
And I'm Fraser, a digital consultant at Newton.
And we're here to talk you through the penultimate stage of the application process, the selection day.
A lot happens on the day, but we're here to break it down for you step by step.
Do you remember your selection day, Fraser?
I do. It was a really immersive day. It gave me a real insight into what life would be like at Newton and kind of what I could expect from the company, but also what would be expected of me as part of the company.
I remember having a really similar experience and also really enjoying the opportunity to meet people and also to get to apply myself and show the potentials and skills that I could bring to the role.
I remember I was really nervous about being put on the spot, but it was really good because everyone was in the same boat as you, and it really felt like the assessors were rooting for me the whole time.
It was such a supportive environment.
Let's take people through what happens on selection day.
Yeah, so the day starts off with some general housekeeping, making sure you're comfortable with the virtual platform that we use and that you know where to get support if you need it during the day. You get an opportunity before the day to test out the virtual platform and make sure you know that your mic and your camera works. And I think my advice would be definitely to do that before the day starts. It just reduces the stress that you feel in the morning and can eliminate any problems that you might feel on the day.
That's great advice. After that general housekeeping, we jump into some candidate introductions. It's a great way to kind of get warm with the day, but also to meet some of the other candidates. But it is still part of the assessment process.
You get about 10 minutes to speak to your partner, and then you regroup and introduce them to the rest of the group.
So how did you find it?
It really put me at ease. It was great to have a chat to someone who was in the same boat as me and really helped calm my nerves.
It was a really great opportunity to meet the other candidates and present myself, and then also get a bit of sense of camaraderie and togetherness in the group.
Yeah, absolutely. And then next is the Q&A with the Newton assessors. So they are consultants at Newton. They've been in the business for a long time, and they'll do a bit of presentation about their careers, about what life is really like at Newton. And you've got the opportunity to ask some questions as well. It's a great way to get some insight into what it's really like to be at Newton.
Absolutely, yeah. I really remember during that presentation, what they said really put me at ease and really made me feel like I made the right decision to be here.
How do you find the next part then?
So after the Q&A, you're given a group exercise. Each group is given a brief, a kind of scenario where you'd have a client stakeholder that you're presenting to. Each group is given information and then 10 minutes to read, digest, and kind of start working out what they can with that information. After that, the group comes back together and starts to work on the problem.
But there's a catch, isn't there?
There is a catch. The catch is everyone's got different information, so it's on the group to come together, connect the dots, pull together all the information they need, and actually then they get the full picture.
That doesn't sound stressful at all.
There definitely were some stressful moments, but it's a really fun exercise. I think my main tip is make sure you hear all the voices in the room. Everyone's got disparate information, and it's very similar to the day-to-day job, where you're gonna have to pull those bits of information together to actually get to the final solution. And when you get to that final solution as a group, it's really satisfying.
And then next is the technical exercise.
So this is all about numbers. It's really important to focus in here.
Yeah, this is about testing a person's numerical and analytical skills. It's not about complex mathematical theories. It's more about knowing what the right methodology is to apply to a problem and being able to do that accurately and quickly.
Things like percentage change, ratios, graphs, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I'd really recommend having a go at some of these before you get to the selection day.
And then's lunch. The assessors will look at the scores from the morning and work out who should go through to the afternoon session. To be honest, this is a really tense moment, but I remember telling myself, you've done the best you can. At that point, that's all you can do. We then go on to the technical exercise in the afternoon.
So the technical exercise is a one-to-one interview with one of the assessors. It's all about looking at your analytical skills and your communication skills.
You're given a real problem from a real Newton project. And again, this is a great insight into the kind of stuff we do on a day-to-day here. You're given 10 minutes to read the brief and then start doing some of the calculations and suggesting some of the changes that you'd make to that project.
It's a great opportunity to get to talk through a problem with the assessor. I remember really enjoying being able to discuss not just the answers, but some of the bits around that as well.
I think the big tip from me is when you're given that 10 minutes at the start to really focus on the questions you've been given. It sounds really obvious, but it's really easy to go on tangents when you've got that free time. Definitely go on those tangents with the assessor, but when you're in that 10 minutes, stay focused.
And then we've got the mini interview.
It's a 30-minute interview, one-on-one with one of the assessors, testing things like self-awareness, resilience, and how you build relationships.
I think the self-awareness point is really important. You have a lot of time talking about what's gone well in the day, what hasn't, and the opportunity to reflect and discuss it with one of the assessors.
How did you find it?
I kind of expected it to be a bit of a grilling, but it was actually a really nice conversation, an opportunity to talk about your strengths, your weaknesses, do some reflections, and really just have a chat with the assessor, get to know them.
I really agree, yeah. I think picking up on that strengths and weaknesses point, it's a really good idea to go into that conversation with an idea of what your top strengths and weaknesses are, but then also importantly, some examples around that.
Anyone can say they're a hard worker or a problem solver, but you really need to have some examples to back that up. We wish you all the best for your application journey.